great tool. In fact, this could maybe save your life. And you're going to look at it and go, what in the world is that? But you know what? This can sniff out gas. And so it is a gas leak detector pen. It's a very, just easy kind of unit, but it's clearance priced at $23.41. We're taking $9 off of our own QVC price. And basically, it's an on-off switch, and then it will tell you whether or not it detects any kind of gas. And we'll talk about what kind of gases that this will detect. I want to bring in Sean Pickford because he and I were talking about this, and I thought, this is one of those things that if you have any propane, mutane, butane, methane, whatever it might be, you
exactly.
need one of these. Hi, Sean.
Hey, great to see you, Mary Beth.
You too.
Yeah, as we talked earlier, this is one of these things where this is one where I hope you get it, but I hope you never have to use it, especially in a crisis situation. But in my case, we have propane gas range, propane dryer. We have propane tank that we cook on for the grill and stuff. I want to know if my nose is starting to smell that little, gas smell, that something is not wrong in my house. So this is a great way to do it. So what I did is I turned this guy on, and when I turned it on, it started blinking in color. Now, it's beeping right now. Every 7 seconds, this will beep, telling you that it's working. So right now it's detecting the air in my home, and there's nothing here, nothing to worry about. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to my stove, and I'm going to turn this on, and I'm going to do it without lighting the pilot. And I'm going to put this down here, okay? So just lit the pilot on its own. But you can see, all right, look, when it detected the gas, it gave me an alarm. It was going off. So it was telling me, okay, yes, you are correct. Your nose is smelling the gas.
Yeah.
So this really does a great job. So it may be on something like this. These are butane lighters. So it'll detect the butane, okay? You may use to something like this, smaller things working around the house. This is a propane tank.
Yeah.
It'll detect that. It'll detect your natural gas. So in my case, it was the gas stove. So as soon as I put it up to the gas, all right, and there's always a little bit of odor in the gas, and they do it on purpose. So that you can smell it for safety reasons. But just in case, this is the way to find out if you have a leak or not.
Sean, you have to tell everyone what you told me, and that had to be with a brand new heater in your home.
Yeah, we had a brand new heater put in just before the holidays. And 2 days afterwards, I went downstairs into the room where the heater is, back storage area, and I smell gas. And I'm walking around, I'm like, I smell gas. So I went upstairs and I got my General Tools gas leak detector. And I started walking around the room, and as I got closer, it went off. I was able to pinpoint where the leak was. So I called the furnace company. They came right out, especially when you tell them that you have an issue. And the guy's like, I don't smell anything. I don't smell any gas anywhere. I'm like, I can smell it. And I'll tell you what, I'll show you where the leak is. So I pulled out my gas leak detector pen. I went over and showed him where the pipe was, where it was leaking. And he said, you know what? You're exactly right. And I'm glad you're using good tools. He pulled this exact gas leak detector pen out of his bag. And he's a professional. So that made me feel good that I know that I was able to detect where that leak was. But also that these tools really do a great job. And look, you may not smell it with your nose, but you want to be sure when you're putting the propane tank on your gas grill. Did you get it? Did you seal it correctly? Just run this around there. This will tell you. It's an instantaneous result that gives you both the audio and visual warnings so you know what's going on.
It's amazing. I think we have propane heat, we have propane fireplace. You don't really think about it, although I know we've lived there over 20 years, and every once in a while I'll say, Mark, I feel like I smell gas, wonder where that would be coming from. Well, if you don't have something like this, then you end up having to call the propane company. They've got to make an emergency, checkup. And the fact is they'll charge you for it. And just to have something like this to say, yes, my nose is telling me that it is what it is. And so I look at this price. Even if it was $32, it would be worth it. But we just chopped that by $9. It's $23.41. Seriously, myself and any of my kids' homes that have propane gas or anything like that, I'm going to get these for us because
Yeah.
it's one of those things. It's like put it with your flashlights. We've got the beautiful flashlight coming up, and it's like, here's the thing. If you have them in the same place, you always know where to go to find it.
That's it.
Let's go through some of the different sources that could be the leak.
Well, it could be the gas range in your home. It could be your gas grill. Maybe it's a gas heater or fireplace. There's that propane tank we were talking about. There's the fireplace. For bigger areas, you can check for leaks in storage tanks, and that's what the professionals use it for. But for you and I, it's the propane tank, it's the fireplace, the heaters, the grills, and especially your gas range. In my case, I mean, I was like, I got a brand new heater. I shouldn't be smelling gas. And I was second guessing myself.
Right, sure.
Okay. But you shouldn't. And this proved it to me that my nose was right. And just to show you again, I'm going to put a little propane out of this little tank here. So, and you can see right away, it started turning red.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
It gave me the warning and it gave me the audible sound to let me know that there was a leak. Well, I, physically let some out when I pressed on the button here.
Sure.
But that's how accurate this is. So when I walked into that back room, this started going off. I'm like, see, I knew there was a leak. Now let's see if I can find it. So I went just up and down, and it was where the metal pipe connection was. They put what's called a pipe dope on there, and there wasn't enough. So they came back, they fixed it right. Of course, I checked it after they left because I wanted to be really sure, and everything was fine.
That's exactly right. You say, okay, thank you for coming. Now I'm going to check to see if it's working.
Yeah,
here's the other thing I wanted to quickly say. A lot of people are buying more than one. And it makes sense to me because, first of all, you may want to have them on different floors. It's not like a smoke detector where it will go off when it smells, or senses gas. You have to kind of smell it first, and then you go to the drawer, you get it, and you turn it on. And then take it around.
You leave on.
Right?
Right. It's not like a carbon monoxide detector. It's not like a smoke detector.
Right.
You're going to smell it most likely first, or if you're not sure and you want to just check on something, go ahead and turn it on, let it cycle through. So it's going to take a sample of the air around where you are first. Then you go over and take it over to the range or whatever it might be. Then when it starts flashing and giving you the noises and the signals, then you'll know.
Okay. The other thing is that it runs on 2 AA batteries. And do they go in the top or the bottom?
They go in the base right here. So the little bottom unscrews, they come off, they go right on there. So there's a little lanyard that comes with it too. So if you want to hang this where you hang your keys when you go in the house, I like it because, like you said, we put it in the kitchen drawer there. So I have a second one that I have out in my garage.
Good idea.
I have one in the kitchen drawer because this is where the furnace is. It's in the kitchen, or the furnace, the stove. This is where my stove is. So if I'm not sure, and it's one of those things, I'm a little paranoid with that kind of stuff, especially when you see it on the news, what can happen.
Right.
So every night before I go to bed, I make sure these are turned off. But it's peace of mind for me knowing that, yes, I may faintly smell it with my nose, but if I can detect a leak with this, then I can call the right people right away. I'm not dragging them out of bed when they don't have to be. So again, it's one of those things that we hope you get this and you never have to use it. But in case you do, isn't it nice to have something that's going to help you out?
By the way, there's not many of these to go around, and a lot of people buying more than one. You're getting a clearance sale price, which, by the way, is even better than a clearance price because it's like we're taking a sale price on the clearance price. So it's really super low, $23.41. So get it now while you can. We have something else coming up later on that can, help, I want to say, for hoping you never have to use it, but just in case you do, we'll offer that to you. It has to do with fires. This is with gas. I also wanted to just ask really quickly, who is General Tools and why should I trust them?
So General Tools is a leading manufacturer of tools, okay? They've been in business for over 100 years. So they know what they're talking about when it comes to making tools, so much so that they make tools and other people, big brand names, put their names on it.
Oh.
So these guys are really good at what they do. They make some great stuff. Like I said, the guy that came out to fix my heater had this unit.
That's right.
So it's made for people like you and I, but also for the professional. So
excellent.
Great company. They make great tools. I have a lot of these around my house, a lot of the General Tools stuff. I love them.
Sean, thank you so much. Thank you for sharing your personal story, too. I really appreciate that. Here it is. Write this item number down, V38071, and take advantage of that clearance sale price. That is not going to be around forever. That's really a price that's only here for a short period of time. Now, also coming up, another way